Good morning, Chemistry 20s. Hey, I had a question come in today by email, and we're taking a look here at the Molecular Elements and Compounds Notes Guide. We're looking at question 2E, and so the question was about this carbonate ion, wondering, number one, does it have a full octet? And number two, like, how do you draw it and where do the electrons come from? So I'll walk you through how I solved it. So carbonate ion, CO3, 2 minus, 1 carbon, 2 oxygen, and then you add on 2 electrons to add for that 2 negative charge. So carbon, group 14, 4 electrons, oxygen, group 16, 6 electrons, and add in those extra electrons. So 24 electrons total in this diagram. Doesn't matter where the electrons come from, all right? So let's take a look at how we're going to solve this question now. First, we find our central atom. So we draw out our Lewis diagrams. Carbon, 4 electrons, oxygen, 6, and carbon has the highest bonding capacity of any atom. It's our central atom. Next, make bonds to your peripheral atoms. So carbon is going to go in the center, right? And there's 3 oxygens, right? So the 1 carbon in the center and then the 3 oxygens. Next, you are going to fill out your peripheral atoms and then count up your electrons. Okay, so we've got 8, 16, 24 electrons, but carbon only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's not a full octet, even though we have our right number of electrons. So now what do we do? Okay, well, great question. We're going to have to move some electrons. So any of the oxygen atoms is going to work. Doesn't matter where the electrons come from. As long as everybody has a full octet, we're good to go. So here's what I'm doing. I just randomly pick these electrons. Whatever, you can choose from any electrons, any oxygen atom, doesn't matter. And now I'm going to make a double bond. Okay, so I'm almost there, not quite done yet. So here we go. Now we've added a double bond. Everybody now has a complete octet, right? Carbon has 8 electrons. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a full octet. Every oxygen has a full octet, full octet, full octet, full octet. Okay, we still have our 24 electrons. That's the correct number, but we're not quite done yet. We're almost there though. Okay, let's keep going. What do we need to do? Well, we add our big bracket to show that it's an ion, and you add your charge on the outside. So the charge is 2 negative. There's our completed molecular or Lewis structure showing here's a double bond here. And now when we convert that into a structural diagram, there's our double bond there. Okay, so you've done that correctly, but a lot of kids are like, well, but my diagram doesn't look like that. I used a different oxygen atom. That's fine. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where the electrons come from. So your diagram might have looked like this or like this. Doesn't matter. As long as every atom has a complete octet, you're good to go. So no matter where those electrons come from, as long as you have the correct total number of diagrams, everybody has an octet, you have the giant bracket with the charge on the outside, your diagram is correct. Because why? Remember, everybody gets a full octet. Okay, great question. Any more questions? Just email me and michelle.ladine@ghsd75.ca. Talk to you later. Take care.